at what happened to Green Bay.
Why is that Minnesota's fault?
Well, because y'all are rivals. So
Oh yeah, it wasn't a good day. The yeah.
I saw you swear on Twitter, and I started laughing.
Well, that was a bloody bad play. It was a shit call by the refs. The refs were definitely a little one-sided from everything I saw.
Eh.
But yeah, no. My sister commented on that when I did the same. I had that same message on Facebook, and her response was "Thank you" to my comment that. What did I say? Here, let me. That you yet the refs call that? That's some bullshit. My sister's response: "Thank you."
Yeah.
My sister, for the record, is a diehard cheesehead. Been to Lambeau Field, has the yellow cheesehead thing, hangs out at Packers bars in Denver. There's like a dozen. But yeah, so I'm sure she was really thrilled with tonight's game.
Like to the point of almost burning a couch.
Um, I don't know about that. Possibly though. I wouldn't want to be anyone that's wearing a Broncos jersey in her sight for the next while, even though they weren't playing.
So you won't be visiting
She's
her, right? I was just
she's
kidding.
oh, I'm a Raiders fan, so
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's why I
safe.
said.
No, but she's still a little upset about those Super Bowl between the Broncos and Packers back
Ah,
in
yes.
that was high school. Crap, what year was that? 98? I think that was that
That's a good
98?
question.
Yeah, but no, that one's still a little unsettling.
Mm. Huh. There actually is a football game going on tonight.
Wait, there's another one?
Yeah.
Who's playing now?
It's the GoDaddy Bowl.
Oh, college football. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant NFL. I was going, wait, what?
Yeah. No, no, no. It's the GoDaddy Bowl. It is. Hang on. Supposedly it's going on. No, maybe not. Yeah, Arkansas State. Wow. This sounds like a thriller. And to anyone who went to Arkansas State or Ball State, I apologize. But Arkansas State versus Ball State.
Hmm. I didn't
Arkansas
even, yeah.
Arkansas State, who was first in the Sun Belt Conference. Ball State, who was first in the or second in the uh, Mid American Conference.
Yeah. I've learned about some new divisions I didn't realize existed this
Oh
year, paying
yeah.
attention to ball games. However, a lot of people found out for the first time Duke had a football team, which that was a great game that Duke Texas A&M game.
Yeah.
That was a game. That whole game was just so good. But yeah, no, there was some really good bowl games this year. Though still the highlight for me was the Rose Parade.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the Rose Parade. I'm from Southern California originally. The Rose Parade's like who cares
Mm.
about the ball dropping? You get up early to watch the Rose Parade. I mean,
You
I was
do.
up. Oh yes, you do.
Oh.
I mean, it's a big thing to go to if you're in Southern California, but no, I got up early, watched it online, unfortunately. I was limited to that, but yeah, KTLA that's from there, they have great commercial-free coverage of it. And for those who were noticing on Twitter, I was live tweeting the Rose Parade again this year. I think that's the third. It's definitely the second year in a row. I think third.
All right.
Last year, it actually got me a follow from the city of Pasadena
Oh, see, there you go.
and a couple of the other cities that are involved in it. Yeah, they follow me because of that. So I get something out of it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that 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 doesn't that doesn't hurt. But
Yeah.
one thing that also doesn't hurt is we have bills that we have to pay.
I was figuring it was that time.
Yeah.
That does hurt bills to pay.
So we will be right back, folks. This is Next with Jonathan Sangster here on Vigilant Liberty Radio.
We want to welcome Michael Moore to Occupy Wall Street. I'm so impressed by what I'm seeing here.
How much of people's income do you, Michael Moore, want the government to confiscate?
Probably twice what we're paying right now.
It's not envy, it's war.
Where's the rage? Where's the uprising?
Storm the doors of the New York Stock Exchange.
It is a class war.
If the wealthy paid their fair share.
For a documentary filmmaker, I do really well. I'm very blessed.
And the rich thought poverty was bad.
I do well.
They get rid of it.
What pure? There's nothing pure about capitalism.
And they know what's coming on Wall Street.
We're seeing the end of capitalism. And I say good riddance.
He is one of my favorite capitalists. Yeah, I want to give him a hug.
You know, Liz Harrison, the boss, actually did that Hugging More fundraiser ad, and she did a fantastic job. It's one of she did a great job with it. I just love the comment by Andrew Breitbart saying he is one of my favorite capitalists. I just want to give him a hug. One of my favorite lines of the entire thing. Outside of course, all the drones going, storm the doors of the New York Stock Exchange.
Meanwhile, he's making millions.
Yes. This is Vigilant Liberty Radio. Next with Jonathan Sangster, who I just accidentally interrupted.
Won't it be the first time? I'm sure it won't be the last. I was going to say with that Moore thing, I remember when he went to an Occupy protest and they booed him. I was like, go Occupy, go.
They booed him?
It's like, even Occupy doesn't like Moore. That's
because they
pretty
realize how
sad.
much of a hypocrite he is?
Yeah, someone did anyways, and yeah, who knows? I remember that, did you ever watch that Red versus Blue, like, comic animated series that people did based off of Halo?
I know what you're talking about, but I never saw it.
On one of their Thanksgiving ones, they had this ultimate turducken. I mean, it was like 8 birds, and then it ends up being a jaguar inside a leopard and stuff like this. However, it had 2 turkeys. One was a regular turkey, one was a picture of Michael Moore. Yes. But I've always think of that whenever I think of him too.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, moving on though, I should talk about a few things that I had planned on. We've talked about Bangladesh off and on since the show began, the protests there. Well, today they had their elections where the opposition was boycotting, saying that they were going to be fixed, so why take part? Well, it took place today, and, well, with the opposition not even taking part, only the government's people were there to be voted for. So turnout was about 10%, because A, most people didn't care, or B, a lot of them were scared to go. Over the last 2 days, over 200 polling locations were torched and burned down, mostly by the opposition. 18 people were killed on Sunday during clashes, including 4 who were killed by police in 2 separate instances when police opened fire on protesters. But it's really unclear what the opposition gained from this, because now they're completely out of the government.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't even try to oppose them in the elections, so the ruling party's people won every single seat.
Wow.
I mean, basically, to put this in American terms, it'd be like if either the Republicans or Democrats said, "We don't like you, so we're out of this election." Well, guess what happens? The one party wins every seat, and good luck on the next election.
Yeah.
So,
of course, I mean, maybe what their strategy is there is to say, hey, we're just gonna, here's what we're gonna do. We're just not going to, we're not going to oppose anything, and then that way, when it all goes to heck, it's your fault, not ours.
yeah, the big thing is now they're pledging to continue protesting, but they backed out of the chance to actually do something other than protest, and the military is backing the now completely elected government, even though with only a 10% turnout. But it's hard to say the election was unfair when you refuse to allow for your own names to be put on it. Yeah, so that will just continue for a while, the protests continuing, people getting killed every day, till, I don't know, now there is no actual legal backing for the opposition because they backed out of the government.
Yeah.
So.
And, I mean, yeah, sometimes you just kind of hope that things fall apart on their own. When you looked at, when the the Democratic Republicans, had complete control under Monroe, they eventually fragmented themselves because everybody had their own hopes of power.
Yes. Which is very true, yes, because you ended up with both the modern parties coming out of that.
Yeah.
And that party itself only lasted 34 years total.
Yeah, and I mean, don't forget that you also had the Whigs pop up, but
yeah, because you had the Democrat Party come out of them, and then the National Republican Party. The National Republican Party became the Whig Party, which eventually became the Republican Party.
Yeah. So I mean, there were. I mean. Yeah, it was one of those situations where they can only do so. I mean, you can only do so much.
Yeah. But yeah, so it'll be it'll be a while till we see anything accomplished there. That's for sure, though. And that's because with the military and police both backing the current government, they're not going to be able to even revolt strong enough to do anything. And so far, it's just led to basically an average of 12+ deaths a day since the protests began, really.
Not a good time to be there.
No, definitely not a good time to be in Bangladesh. The biggest thing it's impacting is their industry, because there's been a lot of strikes and people afraid to go to work. So their clothing industry has been impacted by that. But
yeah, did you hear what happened in Malaysia last week?
I missed that. Malaysia last week?
Yeah. Islamic authorities, this is from the BBC, Islamic authorities in Malaysia have seized more than 300 Bibles from the Bible Society because they used the word Allah to refer to God.
Yes. I wrote about that. I missed it last week, but I wrote about that a few weeks ago where they made it illegal for the Bibles to be printed with the word Allah in them.
Yeah.
In a country where Allah is used for any god. I mean, could be saying Odin, and if you didn't say his actual name, you'd say Allah, because Allah literally translates as God. In Malaysia, that's what they use. But now they made it illegal for
it's a
anything
Muslim
else.
Only. Yeah.
Yeah, only Muslims can use the word. They even made it illegal if a non-Muslim is caught saying Allah, not just in print, but saying Allah, they can be arrested. Freedom of speech. Wait,
Yeah.
what? No such thing there.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see.